one of the things that I've been really happy to see is how guitars have come on over the past sort of 20 years, as I was saying, and some real innovation. Now, you told me earlier that you were now a stockist for Eastman guitars.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Eastman. I think they are superb value for money. I've reviewed several of them. I write for guitar.com as well.
Yeah.
You know, they send me their guitars through.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to see an Eastman. The build quality is superb, and the sound is really good too. The head designer, Otto D'Ambrosio, is a friend of mine, and he makes, by the way, if you ever get the chance to play one of his archtops, serious kit. So Otto and Pepin Tart as well, you know, friends of mine.
Yeah.
So the Eastman thing, I've got a lot of love for.
Yeah, it's I engaged with them 23 last year. It's just been a pleasure so far. I've received the first shipment in November, and my impression, I mean, I don't want to rush it, you know, I want to work with them and get to know the guitars, but I definitely get the sense that every guitar is unique. I mean, there's obviously a standard model, but the woods look different from guitar to guitar. It feels like a hand-built guitar with character. That's
exactly what it is, Steffi. You know what? They are not afraid to. They're not afraid of this idea of inconsistency in the same way that Martin or Taylor have to be. You know, they're just like completely consistent across the board, and that means that there's no scope for a little bit of personality. Yeah, and that's what you'll get with an Eastman. Yeah. As I say, the price point is great, the design is great, and the sound of the guitar's magnificent. And in particular, what I've seen recently. Now, I learnt about this in, I think, 2019. I was on a video chat with Bourgeois, and he told me that they had this collaboration planned with Eastman, the Touchstone series, which I believe that you've been stocking as well. Yeah. What a guitar. So what they're doing, for those of you that aren't perhaps aware, the soundboards are being created and voiced in the Bourgeois factory in Lewiston, Maine, in the USA. And they're being sent over to the Eastman factory in Beijing, where they're being glued onto a guitar, and then it's sent back to the USA for final fit and finish. I got 2 of these guitars. I mean, I've been looking forward, and I've been sworn to secrecy as well since that video chat in 2019. You know, I was like, come on, when are these going to come out? I've been looking forward to seeing one of these, and 2 arrived. I was delighted. They sent me an OM and a Dreadnought. I very rarely give a 10 out of 10 score for an instrument. Wow. And I had to give both those guitars 10 out of 10. And for me, full marks means that it is the one guitar that I would recommend in that price point above anything else. You know, so the fact that they're able to do this, to maintain quality, to maintain the intent behind the creation of those guitars, I think it's a really beautiful thing. I welcome this kind of collaboration.
Yeah, I think I don't know, is it the first of its kind? I would guess for a boutique builder to do something like that.
I mean, you'd imagine that they might be taking a risk. You know, I guess it's
I thought it was brave initially, but
it makes so much sense.
Exactly.
Especially when you've got Martin and people like that building outside of the USA. Only just, building just over the border in Mexico.
The wall.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a very different thing. You know, it's a genuine collaboration.
But working with highly skilled luthiers on the other side.
Yeah, I mean the guys in Beijing are making beautiful guitars. You know, one of your responsibilities, I know, we've talked about this, that you feel very keenly, is to offer people the best possible response and sound that you can. Yeah. And if that means putting something into their hands that they've never seen before, well, that's kind of your job.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and I think certainly in the early days I sympathise that it may have been difficult to get people to understand. But now that you're an established figure within the South African guitar scene, people are coming to you because they value that level of trust.
Michael, we can go on for hours.
We can.
But thank you so much. Appreciate it.